now I want to ask you about your personal experience as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I want to start with the simple question: what was your first win as an entrepreneur?
Whew, first financing. That's the first win. First capital financed, right? Man, 3-4 years just hustling. Having an investor that's not really the best deal, but you need to start making movements in your ventures. So you maybe sign a contract with an investor, not the best, right? But so that wasn't my win. My win was when I actually had my first financing, and I freed me up from an investor to actually being a larger component of the profit, which is really good for me, because then I started gaining those my projections I had became more for realistic projections and saying, okay, there's still a cut for an investor. Yeah.
Could you just share a little bit more? Like what was like that week like before you signed, when you signed, and then after, where it was just like, yes, this is real now?
Yeah. No, it was coming in, working with that investor before. I was like, man, it's hard. There's a lot of work going into it. We're doing so many great stuff, but at the end of the day, the money's not still making sense, right? So prior to it, there's so much practice. I mean, you're talking about pitching, you're talking about exec summary, you're trying to make sure everything's done. You're coming to the table and saying, I have X amount of clients. So for my venture, it's not like, okay, our projected clients are obtainable market, right? These are the obtainable market. I'm saying I have X, X, and X, right? I have these clients listed. So I have 20 clients that are listed. They're ready to go for that housing. There's nothing leaving them. The only thing left, it's you. So I've done my homework. I've put these families, making sure that they're approved, making sure they're ready to go. Basically, all my financials set in place. Worked with a consultant that worked formerly for HUD. We drafted up our business plan. We go through the numbers, looked at the competitors. I mean, it was digging and turning everything over. So it was like pretty intense. But when I got into that space, it was like, okay, this is going to happen. I've done it. Like, where can they tell me it's not going to happen? Like, everybody can always say no, right? But I had done the homework. I was proving them a document that was hard to turn away. And I was saying that, give me the opportunity. Let's start small. Give me this opportunity. I'm going to show you what's going to return. And the more I show you a return, I'll come back and I'll ask for more. And that's how it starts. So, of course, negotiation took place. But I was like, yes. When I got the news that it's done, I was like, no, it's about to take over, right? And I was like, no, things are about to take over. So it was pretty exciting, man. It was one of the happiest moments.
Yeah. I really like the no stone left unturned, because the entrepreneurship is a risk. It's a big risk. It doesn't matter if it's a small project. It doesn't matter if it's a big project. It's fundamentally a risk. And therefore, you have to find ways. You have to do your due diligence to de-risk yourself. And as you said, the answer might be no at the end of the day, which no is not necessarily bad, but there's a difference between no, I don't believe in you, and no, I don't have the funds, or no, I don't have the resources. And so, yeah, it sounds exhausting. And so with that, I guess my next question is,